What's going on, good people? It's Google from my Run and Gun Firearms training, and tonight we're going over the Thrunite TW10 weapon-mounted light. It's the Black Scout Survival Light, and full disclosure, they did send this light to me for free, but that doesn't mean that it's going to sway my review on it. So let's get into the review. Alright, so just some quick specs on the light. I couldn't find out what it's made of. It is aluminum, some type of aluminum, but I don't know what. It didn't say on the listing, but it's definitely metal and it's not plastic, which is good. It does feel like it is well made. So it has 900 lumens and approximately 3,900 candela, so it's like 39 and change. I don't remember the exact number. It does have a USB recharging port, so you don't have to swap out your batteries. You can just recharge it. And the controls themselves, there isn't a strobe, which you know I don't like anyway. But there is a momentary on, or if you hold rather, momentary on. We'll get into that later. And a constant on, which you just tap. So basic controls, and they are ambi, so right side, left side, both buttons do the exact same thing. So depending on how you want to control your light. Me, usually with my stream lights, I'll control the light with my thumb. That way I don't have to break my grip or alter my grip at all. I can reach it and I can do what I need to do with my thumb. Now, first impressions of the light is that it is a solid light. Again, first impressions, that it is solid, well made. I do like the feel of the buttons, but what I do not like is that for me, I like to be able to quickly turn my weapon mounted light on and off. So I want to be able to flash it on, get some information about my environment, and then move, and then repeat as needed. For example, with my stream light, with the toggle switches, I can just, as fast as I want, or a little bit longer, any duration in between that I want, I can get that momentary on, which I like. So I can get information about my surroundings, move, and then from there do what I need to do, whether it's get more information with more light or deal with a potential threat in any way needed, right? With this, you can't quickly get the light on and off unless you actually click it and then click it off, which I don't like. I want to be able to just touch the button, and then when I let it go, the weapon light turns off. So it'll do that if you hold it for a few seconds, but if you do it real quick, it turns the light on, and then you get constant on. That I definitely don't like, because then it's harder to get, it's impossible to get that really quick burst of light without having to hit the button twice. And in a stressful situation, I like simple, which is another reason why I programmed the strobe out of my stream lights. I don't want all those options. I just want on or off. That's all I need. So that I don't like. I know that's personal preference. I guess technically it's not a knock. There's probably some people that like it that way, but I don't like it that way. So what we'll do now is we'll go outside and I'll show you the beam from this light compared to the stream light. And I have them on these, that way I can walk out in the backyard. If one of the neighbors comes out there, I'm not holding two guns in my hands, and you know how that'll end. So we'll walk outside. All right, so we're outside. I wanted to give you an idea of what the Thrunite looks like when it's pretty dark. So here's the beam. Those trees in the distance are about 30 or 35 yards away, depending on which tree you're looking at. So the beam itself, it's bright, but it's really wide. It doesn't really have a hot spot at all. So the beam really isn't focused on anything. Just for contrast, this is my stream light, TLR HL. I always butcher that name, but you know what I mean. So you can see the hot spot is much more defined. Those trees are a lot lighter, and this beam is actually going to cut through the darkness a lot better and allow you to see a little farther. So there's still some spill where I can see kind of what's in my immediate area, but I can see much farther with the stream light versus the Thrunite here. So see, this is a light that's gonna, and even when I put the stream light on over top of it, it just overpowers the light. So not horrible, but not real good either. I'm not sure how well this is coming out on camera. So we'll head back inside. All right, so as you can see, and it's almost not a fair comparison, the stream light is tried and true, tested and proven. And, you know, a stream light's probably going to run you maybe $125. This is going to run you $35, so it's almost not fair to compare. But obviously, you can see the beam pattern. It's completely different. Streamlight has a much more focused beam as well as some spill. This is more like a floodlight where you're going to see everything, but nothing is really focused. So I don't know if you'd have that power to potentially control somebody with the light itself. It would be bright enough. Unless you're maybe in a really, really dark area where their eyes just haven't adjusted at all, maybe. Outside of that, I don't know. I don't like the way it's bright. Also, it claims that the maximum beam distance for this is 135 meters. Those trees were 30 to 35 yards. So I don't know how they're saying that 100 meters farther than that, the beam travels. So maybe they're saying if you're off in the distance, you can see that someone has a light. I don't know. But clearly you're not getting anywhere near that distance that they claim. So that was a flat out pretty much a lie. Unless they're going by some strange system that I'm not aware of. Another knock on it is when you go with an off-brand light, it pretty much has to be a home defense gun because you're not going to find a holster for this. So it's something that if you're looking for concealed carry, you're not going to find a holster. What you would have to do is get something custom made. But then again, with the track record, I don't know how reliable this thing is to say whether or not you should use it for EDC or any kind of serious use where your life might be on the line. I would say don't do it until proven. And I'm actually going to beat the shit out of this light in the next couple of weeks. So we'll see how it holds up. But even then, me personally, I like track records. So even if this light does survive, I want to know that 100 lights have survived, 1,000 lights have survived, and it has that kind of track record before I use it in a situation where I might have to protect myself with it. But that's just my personal philosophy on how I choose my equipment. I want that track record. But I'm going to beat the crap out of this, and we'll see how well it stands up over the next few weeks, and then I'll do an update video to see if the light is actually still alive. If it's still alive, we might shoot it. So let me know if you want me to shoot this thing. I don't have any crazy calibers, but we can hit it with some 223, 9, or some 22, and we can build our way up, I guess, from there. But either way, if you have any questions, let me know.
You know about, give me the 14, when it's 14, me kill 14, what you know about, AR-15, me class 16, me in the start steam, what you know about, BM-16, yeah, you 16, the clip 16, what you know about, the AK-47, the 8-9, and the Mark 11, what you